Hey everybody, Wayne here. This is part 2 of my playthrough of Korea, the Mobile War, 1950 to 51. Part 1 was just the very first turn, very much a tutorial turn, taking time to explain everything. Of course, I'll explain everything as I go here, but I had a bunch of people ask me to continue, so I'm going to continue for a while. I don't know if I'll play out the whole game here, because it will probably take a couple hours to play, but we'll play as far as we maybe feel we need to kind of figure out if I'm probably going to win or probably going to lose. So let's dive right into it, shall we? So, all right. So it is turn 2, which means it is July of 1950. First phase is the preparation phase. First segment is the random event segment. So we skipped it on the first turn, starting the second turn, and every other turn we're going to roll. Pre-Chinese intervention, post-Chinese intervention. So right here, from 2 to 12, we roll both D6. We got a 6. That is Chinese forces massing. Increase the Chinese intervention level by 1. Uh-oh. So over here on the right side of the map, it goes from, starts at 0. We have it now to 1 warning. Warning that they're getting closer. 2 more. Next will be massing in Manchuria. And then finally be intervene, which we will then have the Chinese hordes come flooding across the border. So hopefully we can push back the North Koreans before that happens. Okay, second segment is the communist logistics. Now, pre-Chinese intervention and post-Chinese intervention have different numbers you roll. This one, since it's pre, we just roll a 1d6 and add that number to communist logistics. A 4, which is already at 9, and the max is 12, so it just go up to 12, which is fanatic. All right, now we do the communist reinforcement segment. So we check the communist reinforcement table on the map and deploy any reinforcements. So the map is right here, again, as a lot of things in this game, pre-Chinese intervention and post. So on the pre, let's go ahead and roll. A 3. A 3 is 1 North Korean unit. So out of the stack of sort of units right up here, just sort of grab one randomly, whichever one, doesn't matter. There you go. Oh, actually, that is a 3 strength infantry division, North Korean troops. It will spawn at Pyongyang, if it can, which it can because there's no other units there. And then it'll be part of the regular actions when it comes to the operational phase and the impulses. Okay, communist activation segment. Here is we make a strategy check over on the communist strategy table. Now they have you check the communist logistics, whether it's collapse, low, medium, high, or fanatic. It's fanatic, so right around here, which means if we roll a 1, it'll be a limited offensive, and a 2 or higher is going to be a general offensive, which we were coming off turn 1 where it's automatically a general offensive. So it's only going to change if we roll a 1. Roll a 4, stays general offensive, so they will have 2 full impulses and everything that goes with it. Okay, the UNC logistics segment, here is where we roll and add logistics points to our total. We saved 4 from last turn. We get to roll a 1d6 and add 4 to that. Rolled a 6, beautiful. Plus 4 is 10. We already had 4, so even with my math, that is 14. And finally, for the last segment here is the UNC reinforcements segment. So the reinforcements for the turn, these come in automatically. So go ahead and grab them. So we have some pretty good units here coming in. So we have a naval transport. We'll get assigned to the reserves over here. We will have a, which I'm going to put there. We already had 1 naval transport, so now we have 2. We have a South Korean division, I believe, here. A Marine division. And then we have 3 American division. Well, that wouldn't be a division then. That would be, what, a regiment maybe? I don't know. Battalion? I'm not sure. My apologies. Division, and then the headquarters here unit. So infantry, 3rd Infantry Division. Ooh, the 1st Marine Division. And then, like I said, headquarters unit. So which headquarters units are going to help us keep units in LOC for things like refitting them when we're actually on the map here. So as opposed to, say, when they're in Japan, which is automatic, having them when we're in South and then eventually, hopefully, North Korea. All right, so we get to go ahead and put them and deploy them as we want. So that's why I put the transport unit, which are transport units. Those will bring units from Japan over to the peninsula. Let's go ahead and reinforce Busan to max strength so we can have up to 4 mobile units there. We only have 1 because this is a garrison unit. So we only have 2 here, excuse me, not 1, but 2. Let's go ahead and get the 1st Marine Division. Let's deploy them to Busan. And we'll also do this headquarters unit. It's not as super strong, but I want to make sure that we have a headquarters unit that can hopefully move out with them and attack with them. Secondly, let's go ahead and put, this one's a little more risky, but I'm going to try to hang on to Inchon. So it wouldn't, obviously not historically, right? Because historically they're pretty much pushed down. But I want to try to hang on to Inchon because we were able to hold off through last turn. So let's go ahead. I'm going to deploy the 3rd Infantry Division here to Inchon. And I'm going to deploy this South Korean Marine unit as well. Yeah, let's do that. It's not a huge stack reinforcement. We did get a couple of powerful combat units, ground units, just the 1 naval transport, and then no air units, unfortunately. So you can see there's a couple big stacks coming up, so looking forward to them. But for now, that was the preparation phase. Now we go to the airstrike and naval power phase. All right, so what we're going to do, airstrike and naval power phase. First segment is airstrike and naval assignment. So we assign all of our aircraft and naval units what they're going to do. So naval gunfire, we have 1. Let's go ahead and put him in close support. I think we're going to try to get him and help with combat, either at Busan or even more likely maybe Incheon here. We have 2 naval transports. Let's assign them to transporting, which they will end up going to Japan to transport units from Japan, which we have. You can see these 2 here. That'll come at the end of the turn during the refit phase. Amphibious operation, we don't need to do that. We're not going to fool around with that right now. We do have a potential airdrops. We'll move him to the airdrop if we need it. And then we have our other aircraft here, a couple B-29s, and then a bunch of tactical aircraft. Let's do the B-29s. They're really good at interdiction, which impacts, remember, communist supplies and logistics. Let's do that. And then we'll send maybe, should we do one to air superiority, just to have a roll. And then we'll do the rest close air support. What do you guys think? How much combat? We're gonna definitely have a bunch of combat at Busan. We're gonna have combat. Yeah, let's do that. Let's kind of maximize our close air support. Hopefully that'll help us out there. So, all right. So we assigned everybody here. So now we go to the air superiority segment. So now we'll fire air superiority, which will be our one unit down here with his 1. So we will roll 1d6. And you check the air warfare table, combat strength of 1. So he has to roll a 5 or 6 to get a result. A 3, so no result, unfortunately. Now the communist anti-air, they get to fire back. And their anti-air would impact either the air superiority or any of the close air support. You get to pick. A 2, and what's our strength? 2. So a 2, when you check 2, nope, that's not enough. They would have needed a 4. Okay. So we're done with air superiority. So now we do the UNC air interdiction strike. So this is that air and naval units that would be doing interdiction. We know we didn't do any naval for interdiction. This time we just did the 2 B-29s. So 3 and 3 added up is 6. So combat strength is 6 on the air warfare table. And we'll roll there. 1 high, we really want high. 5, not too bad. What do we have? I said we were 6. A roll of 5. S2, so that's 2 damage, right? So logistics drops from 12 down to 10. Probably going to go back up, unfortunately, to 12 next turn. So kind of maybe a waste, but at the same time, hey, it is what it is. We'll impact it or combat it as much as we can now. Later on, when we get more and more naval and air units, we'll be able to hurt it more and more. Okay, we did that was the air interdiction and naval interdiction strike segment. So obviously we don't do any of the close air support or close support from naval gunfire because we save those for the actual impulses operational phases, which let's go to. All right, so communist operational phase first, and they'll have 2 impulses because they are having a general offensive, right? So they'll have 2 full impulses, and then we'll have the UNC player operational phase. So communist first impulse, first they'll move. Regardless of LOC, don't even worry about that. They will move, and they will conduct attacks. Then when you get to the second one, that's when you start checking for LOC, which they're probably going to be in a pretty good position, but we'll see. So movement, as usual, remember you start at A, right? Because there's A, B, C, D. You start at A, and you start at the highest number, so down close to A12. Work your way up, which would be Yona here. They're going to move to Incheon. They can move up to 3. All turns, communists move 3. So each of them will move 3, so then move to Incheon. We go back up A, no other mobile units. Remember, these are garrisons, no other mobile units. Let's go to B. We have 3 mobile units here, so they will go ahead and move into Chongyu. And stop, as soon as they encounter an enemy, they'll stop there. And right here. The division that came this turn from Pyongyang, they will move as well. So 1, 2, 3. So he reaches Seoul. No one else on B. On C, he will go ahead and advance from Taegu. Nowhere else on C. And then on D here, obviously, he will advance also into Busan. 1, 2, 3. He will advance into Busan. And that is it. Okay. So that is all the movement for the communists for the movement segment. Now we go to the attack segment and we resolve the attacks just like we did with movement. Start with A, highest number, work our way, etc. All right. So now is the communist attack segment. Now, the rules don't really specify. So for instance, like I said, it's always A and then the highest, right? But Busan here doesn't have a letter or number. I mean, that's where all roads lead, right? All roads lead to Rome. Not in this game. All roads lead to Busan. But since it doesn't have that letter number, technically, the rules don't say which one to do. So I just do it as the first. If there's enemy units there, you just conduct the combat there first. So that is what we're going to do. If you know different or designer watches this, please let us know if that's correct or not. All right. So as usual with combat here, ground combat, first off, any UNC close air naval support, we go ahead and assign them. We can assign up to 3 air units and 2 naval units. No, we only have 1 naval unit anyway, for close air support in the same space. Let's go ahead and they do stay there throughout. So you'll kind of maybe see what I mean here in a little bit, depending on the results of this and then additional. So we'll see. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and assign the naval support for sure, naval gunfire. And let's send in, how should we send in 1? How are we gonna do? Because we'll do 3 up there. Or should we do 2? What should we do? What did I say? We can do 3 air, and let's do 2 air, and then the naval. And that's what we'll do for now. Okay. So we'll go ahead and fire them to conduct the losses. So naval, it's a 3. Remember, it's the higher number is and we do use the air warfare table. Funny enough, I know it seems funny. I'm pretty sure. Wait a second. Actually, never mind. We use the tactical fire table. My bad. We use tactical fire table for close air support, and then obviously regular infantry ground combat. So with a 3 strength, 3 combat strength right here, let's see what we get. A 4, that is D1. So we get to assign a hit, or I should say hit is assigned for the communists for picking the casualty. You apply each hit to unit with the current highest combat strength. If they're tied, you can pick which one you want. So we'd be able to pick which one between the 2. I know this one, I believe, is only 1 step, so we're going to pick him. I believe he is. Yep, he's only 1 step, so we're going to go ahead and eliminate him. So he goes up to the, I believe that's also where eliminated units. Yep, so eliminated units, he goes up here. Okay. And that was the naval. Now we'll have airstrikes, close air support 2 and 2. So it'll be the bottom number, so 2 and 2. And it'll be 2 separate rules. So tactical fire table, combat strength of 2. A 5, beautiful. That is D1. So eliminate 1, so we'll go ahead and I'll reduce, or it gets assigned to the highest strength again, so I'll reduce that division. And for the last one here, combat strength of 2, 6, D1, beautiful. So they're tied, I get to pick. So I will eliminate this North Korean division, which will reduce the communist logistics by 1, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, that is correct. So for each Chinese army, which are not out yet, and then North Korean division eliminated, we reduce their LP. And then if they eliminate, I believe it's if they eliminate one of our divisions, then they gain LP as opposed to eliminating ours, I think. So we'll double check when that happens, if that happens. All right. So that was all of the airstrikes, right? So now we go to the ground combat part, which is determining tactical superiority. In that first turn, remember, basically the North Koreans, communists had all tactical superiority no matter what. Well, now they don't, starting in turn 2. So now we start doing is checking terrain. So terrain effects chart, depending on the type of terrain, it'll tell you what they have, and depending on whether we have entrenchment markers or not. So Busan, it's a South Korean city, so UNC would have, tactical superiority. Also, we have an entrenchment marker, so we would have so we definitely are guaranteed tactical superiority, which means that we get to fire first. Which, because they're looking at all of our units, feel a little bad for him unless they're really poor, which hopefully I didn't jinx myself. So we get to pick the order of combat. Let's pick our 1st Marine Division. See if they take out this little armored unit here, the North Koreans. Oh, so we have a 5 tactical fire, strength of 5. Rolled a 3. A 3 and a 5 is D1. Yep, he is reduced. Oh, what do you know? He is eliminated. But he is not division size, so it does not give us or reduce their LP. We have defeated all adversaries here on the Pusan perimeter, thanks to some very, very good naval gunfire and tactical air support for sure. All right. So now let's go ahead and do the rest of A. Yep, so Incheon, there's going to be some units here. First off, are we going to assign anybody? Yes, we are. Let us do, I think we'll do 2 air support. Yeah, I think we'll try 2 air support because we'll save that last one at this point, probably from these units, because next they may, if they make it past, they would move to Pusan next turn, I believe. So anyway, just kind of planning ahead. So we'll leave 1, but we will commit 2 to helping it Incheon. So first off, the close air naval support will have air support. Let's roll for them. A 2 and a 2. The first 2, we rolled a 5. That is D1. So we get to go ahead and reduce one of these. They're equal strength, so we pick. And the second guy, a 2, and we rolled a 1. Oh, so with a 1, when you roll a 1, and you have air support, it's a close air support mission, eliminate the air unit, because, well, there is some, right, anti-aircraft fire. That Communist AA is more, strategic. This is more the tactical. Unfortunately, this, I believe, Navy Panther is eliminated. So we go ahead and place him over here. Bummer. Okay, so now we determine tactical superiority. This is a South Korean city, Incheon, so we do have tactical superiority, so we get to fire first. So we have the 3rd Infantry Division here, strength of 4. And I'm going to commit a logistics point to shift the column from a 4 to a 5. So we're rolling under the 5. We rolled a 4. That is D2. Ooh, nice, because if I hadn't shifted, it only would have been D1. So D2, so 2 hits on them. So the higher strength, first hit, and the second hit will be eliminate him. And again, we'll go ahead and reduce communist logistics by 1. And let's see here. Yep, so now we have our 1 strength, which we will spend a logistics point. Let's see if we spend it to make it 2. Let's do that. So we'll spend a logistics point for the one strength South Korean Marine unit here to make it a 2 strength. That's not going to do it. A 2. Nope, that's not good enough. And then finally, the garrison here. He has a 1. I don't know if we can spend logistics points to increase the garrison strength or not. Probably not, huh? UN firing inland in LC, probably not. So just be a 1. He rolled a 4. Or we rolled a 4. Not good enough. Needed a 5. So he does survive our shooting at him. So now they will shoot at us. His 1. He will go ahead and shoot. And he got a 2, which a 1, and he rolled a 2 is no result. So, because at the end of the attack segment, you look and see who is there. He is in our space, and we still have our units, so he's going to have to retreat. Whoever the attacker is, right? If there's still defenders, I should say. They'll have to retreat, so he retreats back to Yunnan. All right, now what other combats do we have? And then we have combat right here. I think there'll be the only other combat. Yep, the other combat will be here in Cheongju. So it'll be, we do have tactical superiority here. We do have this close air support. Should I fire him off now? I suppose I could try, so yeah, might as well, right? So I'll fire off tactical air support with his 2. And we rolled a 2, so that is no effect. Good job. And our defender, he's the 1 strength, he rolled a 1. No effect, the A1 only impacts aircraft. All right, so now they'll fire, starting with the strongest unit here. A 3, he rolled a 2, so no effect. Ooh, the 2, he rolled a 5. Unfortunately, that will eliminate, which converts him basically immediately to a communist reinforcement there. So, or communist garrison, excuse me. All right, is that it for the combat here. So it goes on B, right? Yeah, because that's you already have soul. That's it for here. That's it for here. Okay, so that's it for the communist first impulse. Now we go, because it is general offensive, we go to the second impulse. Communist movement, first off. If a unit starts the second impulse in LOC, it can move. Remember, the LOC for the North Koreans is, I believe, 5 spaces. It's one of those things where I don't think it's on the map. I wish it was, because it's such a small thing. It's hard to remember it sometimes. But 5 spaces from a communist base in Manchuria, or 3 spaces to a garrison unit, which along any route. So checking here, obviously he is 1, 2, so he's in. So he will actually advance again. Oh, good luck. Right here, they will as well, because they are in a base with a base, so they are in LOC. So all 3 of these will advance. 1, 2, 3. So they will reach Busan. We'll have another fight in Busan. And then right here in Seoul, he will go 1, 2, 3, because he's obviously in LOC. Make it to Jeongju. And there were no other units, right? No other mobile units. So, all right. So this is we just had the communist movement segment for the second impulse. Now we do the communist attack segment of, now the attacks will happen regardless of LOC if they're within the same, if with the UNC unit, right? So it doesn't matter. Here there's going to be combat, there's going to be combat. LOC doesn't matter at this point. LOC only affects for movement. All right, let's do Busan first. Now we've committed all of our close air support, all of our naval close air support. You know, we use that one here, didn't use it, whatever, it's okay. So we're just going to have our combat. Thankfully, we do still have tactical superiority, so we do get to roll first. Our 5, let's go ahead and definitely spend a logistics point to increase the strength of our 1st Marine Division to 6. 5, so with the 6, and you roll a 5, it's D2. Oh, if we rolled a 6, it would have been D3, baby. Anyway, D2, we'll take it. So, strongest unit here, which he is eliminated. Oh, that's their rocket tank unit. That's, sucks to be them. And one of these, since they're both the same. All right, and then let's fire our South Korean infantry here. He's his 3 strength. Let's spend an LP to boost him to 4. So 4 strength. 6. 4 strength. You roll a 6. That's D2. So reduce him. And let's go ahead and eliminate him as well, which that is another North Korean division. So reduces the logistics points from 8 to 7. And finally, we have our, well, I guess not finally, because there's task force Smiths there. As weak as they are, they're still there. We have our headquarters unit with a 2. What's a 2? We have to roll at least a 4. If we get roll 3, let's spend a logistics. Well, you know what? No, let's not spend a logistics point. Let's not worry about it. So let's roll with the headquarters with a 2. He got a 3. I should have beefed him up. A 3 is no result, nothing. And then finally, Task Force Smith with a 0, and yes, with a 0. If we roll a 6, it is enough. Let's see what he can do. A 1, so the opposite of that. So thanks a lot, Task Force Smith. About as useful as he was historically. All right, so he will retreat back to, was he at Taegu, right? Oh no, where was he? Shoot. No, he was over at Cheongju, wasn't he? Yeah, he was at Cheongju, and then, oh no, I forgot where he came from. Shoot. No, I can't remember. Well, I'm not going to rewind the video to watch, so I'll put him in Taegu because I don't really care. He goes somewhere. All right, there it goes back there. Perfect. Okay. Is that it for them? Oh, we'll have this combat up here, and then that'll be it. So, yep, so we'll have the combat up here in Incheon. We do have tactical superiority, so I think we're going to whoop him here. That's our 4. Famous last words, right? 4 strength infantry. I'm not even going to beef him up. Roll a 6. He's got him. Eliminated, which also reduces logistics down to 6. All right. Beautiful. And that'll be the last combat we will have anywhere. Exactly. Perfect. Okay, so now we go to the UNC player operational phase. All right. UNC first impulse, always executed. And then there's a potential second impulse, we'll talk about in a second. All right, so UNC movement and then attack, just like how the communists do. So our movement, we have a bunch of stuff going on here. Let's do this. Let's grab our transport units, move them to Japan. We'll go ahead and load them up. We'll load up the 1st Cav, and we'll load up this headquarters unit. And we will bring them over, and we are going to, let's see. Well, let's leave them there for a second, I think, actually. Oh, shoot. We should do that, huh? Nope, nope. I know what we're going to do here. So, we're doing, go ahead and both of them we're going to send from Japan to Incheon. So, not quite a amphibious landing like MacArthur did, but hey, we held on to Incheon, so we didn't have to do a opposed amphibious landing. And we will drop them off. And now they're dropped off here at Incheon. In addition, the nice thing is, so leave them there for now. They cannot move, or not the nice thing, excuse me. The thing that kind of sucks is they can't move this turn. So that was their movement, or this impulse, I should say, is that they're to get dropped off, and that's it, right? Because that's what took time to get from Japan over to dropped off at the port here. These two units could move here if we really wanted to. We could try to move them into Seoul, but we may hold on and not do that. We'll, actually, maybe we should do that. You know what? I like that idea. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and send. So, if you notice, by the way, so all the movement, right, of the communists has been along the thicker black lines, right? And then there's the gray lines, the lateral movement lines. The communists have to move on just straight down on the main line. We get to move sideways. It does cost, if Ridgway, if Walker's still the commander, it costs 2 of our movement, which over here, right, we have non-winter, Walker, 4 movement, non-winter, Ridgway, 3, winter, it's only 2. The lateral is 2. If Walker is the commander, 8th Army CO, once it's Ridgway, it becomes only 1. But for now, it's 2. But that's okay, because we're only going this far. So let's send, actually, 3rd Infantry Division and 1st Marine over to Seoul. And we'll do a little combat against the garrison there and see what happens. Yeah, let's try it. We're crazy today. Well, let's do that. And then here, well, we don't want Busan. We don't want to leave it, undefended or anything crazy. What do we have here? Then no, they won't make it here. All we have is Taegu. But then they'll have defensive, so it's risky. Oh, it's definitely risky. This is where it's, hey, do I push out for Busan? But do I, is that going to leave Busan a little bit maybe open for attack, depending on kind of what happens next turn? I do know we're getting a bunch of reinforcements, so I'm not worried about them attacking us. So I think I can push away from Busan because I know that next turn, as part of the reinforcement segment, right, we'll get a bunch of units and we'll be able to put them in Busan before communists get to attack us. So I think we're good to push out. Now the key is where do we want to push, right? So I say let's do, let's send the 1st Marine Division to Taegu, along with Task Force Smith and the headquarters unit here. And then we will send, it's probably just asking for a death warrant to send them over there, huh? Let's actually also send the South Korean infantry here. Oh, very risky. Thinking about it here. Let's do that. Okay. All right, so that was the first impulse. So now we have the movement. We did movement segment, and now we do the attack segment. So let's write up here. No attacks on A, on B. Seoul. We're gonna attack at Seoul. So just like before, check for any sort of air combat, anything like that. We don't have any. We've spent all of our aircraft when on our defense, so no, nothing there. So we go to tactical superiority, which it's in South Korean city, but they're the defending unit and they're a base. But hang on, let's see, city, South Korea, UNC. So we must have tactical superiority regardless. According to the South Korea city, we have tactical superiority, so we still do anyway. So, all right. So our 4 strength, let's go ahead and roll for him. A 5, that is D2. So this garrison is eliminated. Now, unlike with the communists, we don't get him back as our garrison. We have to actually purchase him later, which we will probably do. All right, so we captured Seoul back, took it back from those damn communists. Damn commies. All right, and now we have, where do we have combat? Right here. Yep, so let's go ahead and have that combat. So go ahead. Let's do, and it is it's a city in South Korea. So we'll have the 1st Marine Division fire first with their 5. Roll 4, which is D2. So that will eliminate both. So it eliminates the North Korean Division, which gives a logistics point, and eliminates the garrison as well. Beautiful. Oh, jeez, suddenly we're kicking butt. I was a little worried last turn. At the end of last turn, I'm like, uh-oh. Now we're suddenly kicking ass. I have some good rolls, though. I have had some very good rolls. Okay. All right, so that's the end of the attack segment, right? Yep, because we have no other attacks. No other attacks pending or anything like that. So now we would do UNC second impulse. So units that are in LOC to a headquarters or air supply get to activate. So what you do is you check your headquarters units. You can see the number in the circle. So the bottom number in the middle is, combat strength, like all of them. But that little number in the circle, that is the distance they can provide LOC to. So this headquarters unit could provide 2 spaces anywhere, around him, as long as he's in supply. He's in LOC, which he is, because an LOC from the, like Incheon is 3 spaces, I believe. So he's good. And then same with this headquarters here, because he's only 1 from Busan. And any of the ones that have, let's see, there should be the either harbor, or if they have the supply here, like Seoul has a supply, because he can be supplied even though he's not a harbor. Otherwise, the rest of them, it's from harbor, right? It's resupplied from the sea. So, or if necessary, we have our airdrop supply, right? We can spend logistics points to convert that to an airdrop, place it in the spot, and then they'll have supply there. So there's a lot of different ways to figure supply, a lot of different ways you can give your unit supply if you need to. All right. So going to the second impulse again, we actually will be, I think, pretty much in supply everywhere, thanks to, we're still pretty contained. Trust me, once you get up into North Korea, it starts getting a lot harder to maintain your LOC. All right, so we definitely want to go ahead and get rid of him. So you think we can move over there? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we can, can't we? So let's go ahead and do that. Out of the way a little bit. Let's go ahead and move. So we'll move all of our units here, actually. Just go ahead and move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now they're in Cheongju. Second impulse, and then here, I actually feel pretty good about this. Let's go ahead and just move. Let's do this. Let's move both of our units here in Incheon into Seoul. We'll beef up Seoul. Because any North Korean units that spawn, they're going to spawn in Pyongyang and then move south, so we want Seoul to be as strong as possible. Incheon will still have the garrison there. Okay, I think that's it. Yep. There, should we do that? Should we move and try to attack? No, you know what? We can wait. We can hit them next turn and then start pushing, I think. Oh, or should we? Hang on. Oh no, wait a second. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's do that instead. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Let's do that instead. So what we'll do is we'll do this. We'll move to Osan. That's 1, 2, and then 3 down here, because we want to eliminate this garrison as fast as possible. And that way, these units next turn, assuming they win the battle, we'll be able to push up easy. Okay, let's do that. All right, so A, no fighting. B, right here, we'll have the fighting in Cheongju. It is a South Korean city, so we will have tactical superiority. So our 5 unit. Should we do 5? Should we do 5? Spend a LP. Make them a 6. And we rolled a 6. So the 6, with the roll a 6, is D3. So he eliminates everybody. So 1, eliminated, 2, and 3. Holy cow. All right. And because it's a North Korean division, reduce LP down to 4. Jesus. Wiped them clean. All right, then here we go. Here in Daejeon, our 4. I'm not going to spend an LP. We're just going to roll. You have 3, 4, and the 3 is D1. So that is enough to eliminate the communist garrison. Beautiful. Boom. Beautiful. Okay. Well, that's it for the second impulse, their movement and attack. All done. So now we go to the refit phase. All right, refit phase. First segment, air and naval return. So all naval, all air units. Where was that? Naval gunfire. There he goes. Go bring them back to the reserve. Get everybody back to the reserve. Get them out of the way. Interdiction. Yep, get him out of there. Superiority. Get him out of there. Oh, and then where were the rest of these guys? All on the map, huh? Yep, a couple more on the map. And boom. I made one that was eliminated, unfortunately. So, all right. So everyone is back over here. And then we will do Refit segment. So this is where we can spend what's left of our logistics points. We still have 9 because we rolled really well. We kept a couple, so we're doing pretty good. So let's refit. Let's refit a couple divisions in Japan, which refitting a reduced ground unit of any size is 1 each. That's 2. I'll drop us to 7. Actually, this last one here. We have 2 naval now. We'll have another one. Actually, let's do this last one as well. So that's another one. So another LP. And now these 3 are ready to go. Beautiful. And then on the map, no one's reduced. I can't believe that. My last game, our guys were taking some hits, but we were really lucky this game. We got some really good rolls, and our air support worked really well. So just some really lucky rolls, honestly. It happens, right? All right. Build entrenchments. We could. Well, we don't have to replace limited units. I mean, I guess we have that. Oh, we could buy them back. Let's do that. So, let's do that. So building back a tactical airstrike unit is just 1. We'll spend 1, so we get him back from the... And he's not a general reserve unit. He's an eliminated unit, so he doesn't cost against our VPs. And there's a bunch of South Korean ones. Should we get any of them back? Or are they all strength 2, though? Only strength 2, huh? Let's see about something else first. Let's see where we're at after entrenchments and garrisons. So let's do garrisons. So we have, let's spend, we have 4 of them. Oh, should we build them all back? Ooh. Let's do this. Let's build one in Seoul. So we'll spend an LP to build a garrison in Seoul. Incheon already has one. Let's spend a LP and build a garrison in Taegu. And we'll save the last 2. We won't build the last 2. Where would these be anyway? Oh, Cheongju and Daejeon. So we'll leave them. No worries right now. Which leaves us with 3 logistics points, which we can save them. We can start rebuilding some of these South Korean units. You know what? I think we're gonna save them. We're gonna get some more ground units here. We're gonna start coming in. We're gonna start deploying them. I think South Korea is secured right now. We're gonna build up our forces along the 38th parallel and then push north. Because one of the things is when you cross over. So for the first time, any UNC ground unit is north of 30th parallel, it goes up. And then for any time a UNC ground unit enters Pyongyang, it goes up. So depending on the turns, the events chart, which could increase it as well, right? Like it happened. Go north of here, it's going to go to 2. And then event/Pyongyang, it's going to go to 3. And the Chinese are going to intervene. So we need to build up our forces as quick as we can before we start placing all those mass Chinese units up here in the Manchurian bases. So, yeah, for sure. All right, we're not going to build any entrenchments, though. We're going to save our LPs because we'll start building entrenchments probably once we enter North Korea, which maybe as soon as next turn. We shall see. Okay, that's it for that. Communist refit segment. So if it was the communist strategy here, which is general offensive, if it was fall back or stand fast, you check for refit of eliminated communist units. We're not doing that. So final phase, victory check. This would be if the communists have a sudden death victory, which is basically they control the entire peninsula. Thankfully, they do not, and it looks like it won't happen anytime soon. Maybe not until the Chinese intervene. So now we go to turn advance. So now it'll go to turn 3. So it'll be June, July, August of 1950, and we'll see what happens there. All right, that's it for this turn. All right, so turn 3, August 1950. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to play out this turn, and it'll probably be it for the video. So let's see what happens here. All right, preparation phase, random event segment, pre-Chinese intervention still. So we roll over here. 4, 5, 6. Chinese forces mass, increase the Chinese intervention level by 1. That's a bummer. Communist logistics, they get member 1d6. 5, bummer as well. So that makes them all the way up to 9. And then, let's see. What would that be? Chinese reinforcements. Now we check for Chinese reinforcements, pre-Chinese. 5, that is 1 AA. So the communist AA goes up to 3. And now the communist activation, we make a strategy check. We're at, high right now. So high here. A 2, which is limited offensive. So we place the communist strategy here into limited offensive, which means they're only going to have, limited offensive is just the first impulse, which they don't have that much going on anyway. So they have literally no mobile ground units on the map right now. So, all right. The UNC logistics. So we get, remember, 1d6 plus 4. 4, 5, 6, 7 plus our 3, so to 10. So not as many as we had last turn, but it'll do. And then finally, UNC reinforcement segment, which this turn, reinforcements, we have a bunch of units. We had a good amount last turn, I guess. It's really starting to ramp up, though. All right, so you can see we have American units, we have UN units, we have more South Korean units, we have some air units, naval units. You get the idea. All right, so we have a very strong tactical air units. I think it's a Corsair, right? Very strong tactical air support. We'll just put him kind of next to the other guys here. Remind us of him. We have another Mats, which I didn't put him back, but he goes in reserve. So this would be for, remember, airdrop. You can airdrop supplies or men. Flying boxcar, I think they called that one. Naval transports. That'll be 3 naval transports. Very nice. A couple South Korean units. A UN unit. I do not know who that is. And then 3 US units here, including an airborne. So let's go ahead and let's get the Incheon, and we'll do, I definitely want that headquarters. How many headquarters do we have out right now? So we'll need another one coming up because we'll want each line. But for now, we'll do headquarters here. And then we'll do South Korean here. And then U.S. airborne there. All right, and we'll do UN unit, place in Busan, along with weaker unit here. Okay, perfect. All right. Yeah, because they have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, because it's obviously not a mobile unit. Perfect. All right, that is it for the UNC reinforcement segment. So now we go to the airstrike and naval power phase. All right, so we will assign, right, all of our airstrikes and naval units, all of our air units, naval units. So let's do B-29s. We'll do an interdiction. Let's do tactical unit. He'll definitely go to close air support because he's built for that. Let's do air superiorities up to 3, huh? Let's do 3 to air superiority, and we'll do 1, 2 more to close air support. Really not going to need much close air support, are we? No. Even if we fight. So let's do actually interdiction. Yeah, they can help a lot with that. We'll do that. Interdiction. Perfect. Okay. All right. And then our naval units course. Let's do naval gunfire. He'll do same thing. We don't need much for close air support. So we'll just do interdiction. And we'll do transports. We'll go to transporting. And amphibious operation, not yet. Well, we could try to land them up north, but we'll mess. We don't even need to right now. We're holding out strong. A couple airdrop supplies just in case. Okay. All right, now we carry out, right, our air superiority segment. So any air superiority, we're going to carry that out, which 1, 2, 3. So we roll on the air warfare table under 3 strength. Remember, this is against AA. A 3 under 3 is 1, so we do get to reduce it by 1, thankfully. And now the communist AA will fire back at a strength of 2, and they roll a 1, so no effect. And then we do, what did we just do? We did our air superiority, right? So now we do air interdiction. So interdiction here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It only goes up to 10, so what you do is we roll once on the 10, and then once on the remainder, which is 2. And then we'll also roll for our naval, but that's separate. So under the 10, roll to 5. That is S4. So reduce LP down to 5. Beautiful. And then it was 2 left, right? The remainder is 2. Roll to 3. No effect. And he has a strength of 1. 5 is 1. So that reduces it down to 4, so low. So pretty good, actually. That down the low. All right. Working on it. And that was both interdictions. So now all we have is 1 close air support left, which we will do during actual combat phase, right? So, all right, that's it for the air strike and naval power phase. Let's go to the communist operational phase. All right, communist operational phase. Now they are in a limited offensive, so all they will have is so it's kind of funny because they have no mobile units. So what it would be is they'd only have their first impulse, right? Movement and attack. However, as you can see, they have no mobile units, right? These are all garrisons. Therefore, there will be no communist operational phase. So Wah wah. Kind of wish the game had a rule, maybe said if they didn't have any mobile units that they would focus on rebuilding, or you would get maybe a couple rolls on the reinforcements, something like that, maybe to make it a little bit more balanced in that way, but is what it is. So we're done with the communist operational phase. That was easy. Let's go to the UNC player operational phase. So we get our movement and attack. So movement, I'm looking. Obviously, we want to get our guys moving here. Non-winner turn, walkers, commander. We have 4 movement points. So get them moving. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move however we want. Let's do. Well, all right, here's what we'll do. So, we will move. We'll move 1, 2, 3, and reach Chinapo here. And then, first time, right, a ground unit is north of the 30th parallel, you increase the Chinese intervention immediately, which is to intervene. So now the Chinese will immediately intervene. So we roll a 1d6, add it to the Chinese logistics. A 1, so whoo-hoo, luckily for me. There's a little cheat sheet here in the rule book I'm checking here. So do not roll for communist reinforcements. Well, too late. Roll 1d6, add the result of the communist AA track. A 2, suddenly goes up to 4. That's not too bad. Randomly pick 8 Chinese units. Place 2 in each of the 4 Manchurian bases. Untried face up. So, what you do, put each of the bases here, and they're all upside down with their untried face up anyway, because that's how you do it. So what I'm doing, I'm placing all the Manchurian bases in China, 2 units each. Those units, they're so they're either going to be a decoy unit or they're going to be a 3-step unit, and the second and third steps are going to be here, right here, and then you just check the number of that, whatever that army is, and then to compare it. On all turns thereafter, use the post-Chinese intervention tables for events and communist reinforcement tables. Right, so remember events, reinforcements here, which, for instance, things like, I don't know, say, pre-Chinese intervention, you roll a 2, that's 1 North Korean unit. Or how about you just roll a 1? 1 North Korean unit pops up in Pyongyang. If you roll a 1, 6 Chinese units spawn up here in Manchuria and are start moving down. So yeah, you can get overwhelmed pretty quick. So I may have some early success here, but just like in the Korean War, yeah, they may have pushed them back quick, but then the Chinese started streaming across. Okay. All right, and then as well, so this is called Chinese shock effect. So because the Chinese, on the game turn that Chinese intervention occurs, and the following game turn, so it'll be the rest of this turn and then next turn. Common strategy is automatically general offensive, although it's too late. Then all red Chinese units are automatically in supply. It doesn't matter. Again, the next turn will really matter. Communist forces have tactical superiority for all ground combat, including at least red Chinese units. So it doesn't matter where, when, they're going to have tactical superiority. And then there's those other effects that I already mentioned with supply and everything like that. All right. So I believe that's it for the actual intervention. That's done with. Oh, and then we do flip the turn marker over to China intervenes. Yay, lucky us. All right. So we moved these units here. They moved here. So let's move our units from Seoul. Should we move them? Or should we leave them in Seoul? Try to capture Pyongyang. Let's leave them in Seoul. Oh, no, we should move them, shouldn't we? Hang on, what can we do here? Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. And then they will move up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because what's the LOC? Is it 3 or 2? I think it's 3, right? For the UNC. Again, I wish it was 1 space, 2 in control port or Seoul, or 2 spaces you control with the garrison. So from here, it'd be 1, 2, 1. Yeah, so it's ones we have a garrison, which we don't have right now. So not an LOC at the moment. Oh, no. Well, whatever. It is what it is now. Forget it. Not even worry about it. All right, and then they will start moving up here. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Or stop here. Stop in Seoul. There we go. Stop in Seoul. They're guaranteed LC next turn. All right, that's it for everybody. So let's have our combat right here. They should have tactical superiority, right? Because they are. It's in a North Korean city, so they do. So they get to fire first. They're 1. They rolled a 4. No effect. I'll attack with my 4. They rolled a 5. That is D2, so it eliminates their garrison. Beautiful. And we'll have the combat here in Pyongyang. I will send in my close air support unit to attack garrison there. He rolls first with a strength 3. He rolled a 2. 3. Rolled a 2. That's no effect. Bummer. And then he will get to go first. Oops. He rolled a 6. Oh no. That is a D1, so I do take a hit, so I'll take the headquarters, will reduce. And then my first cav, strength of 4. I'll spend an LP. This be an LLC though. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I don't think he has an LLC. 1, 2. No, he's not. So, okay, we'll just roll. Strength of 4. Roll a 6. Boom. Gets rid of that. Pyongyang is captured from the communists. Beautiful. And that's the last combat, right? Yep, last combat. Okay. Now we would do a second impulse. So units, with LC to headquarters or air supply. So they'll just stay here. He cannot refit because he unfortunately doesn't have LC. 1, 2, 1, 2, no, because it's just too far away. So that's what I was telling you guys earlier, right? Like last turn stuff. They're an LC. He's not. They are. Actually, they're not either. But they're going to stay right now anyway. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do. They're an LC for sure because they're getting reinforced from Seoul here. So we'll move up the 1st Marine Division. And then the 2nd Division here. And hope for the best. Yeah, let's do that. And then the headquarters unit to here. Task Force Smith. I guys think. So you want him to get reinforced from Seoul? Yeah, perfect. Okay. And I think everyone else we leave as is. Okay, that's it for second impulse. Now we'll go to the refit phase. All right, refit phase, and I've not been using this for my impulse tracker. Oops, oh well. Hey, once you played enough, you kind of don't need the tracker. All right, so refit phase, air and naval return. So all the air units go ahead and return to the reserve. Starting to get a pretty good amount. Like I said, I mean, every turn you get more. We didn't even need the supply. Oh, we didn't do the movement on our naval units. Oh no, from Japan, and reinforcements from Japan. Oh no. Well, you know what? I skipped it. I forgot. That means they didn't move. There's a huge operational mistake back at headquarters. They forgot to send the naval transports with the reinforcements from Japan. Oops. Hey, maybe there's an snafu. A storm blew through. Random event you didn't know about. Storm blew through. And fortunately kept the ships from making it over. So, bummer. Have to hit them up next turn. Okay. Is that all the air and naval, right? Yep. So let's do refit segment. So we have what do we have reduced? We do have reduced here. Here's what we'll do. We'll build. Well. All right, so let's build a garrison, right? So UNC, any controlled city. So we have, that's 1 each. So we'll build one in Chinampo. Boom. That's one. And we'll build one in Pyongyang, of course. That's one. And we'll build one in, actually, that may be it. Okay, that's it for now. And then what we'll do is, well, the entrenchment won't matter next turn because the red Chinese communists here are going to have technical superiority no matter what, but we do want to maybe prep for that. So, well, first off, let's spend an LP also to refit our headquarters here, because he's in LOC now. And then let's, I know I'm like, let's spend G1. I think the entrenchments only cost 2 or 1 each, right? Yep. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that. And we'll build 3 entrenchments. Just like another video, remember I use these for the entrenchments. There's only a few entrenchment markers right here. So I guess I could throw them down right now. Doesn't matter, but I'll use my things I've figured out. And once an entrenchment is in a space, it counts for all the units in the space. So we'll just say our garrison's entrenched. And then over here, just in case, we'll put in a entrenchment down here on our American unit there. Okay, I think that's it for refit, right? Yep. So now we do communist refit. If the communist strategy is fall back or stand fast, which it's not, it's limited offensive. So either those, which it may be next turn depending on what they roll here, because they're only down to medium. So we shall see. All right, final phase, victory check segment. If the communists have fulfilled the victory, which they absolutely not, it's the end of the turn, no, or end of the game, excuse me. So now we go to the turn advance. We'll go to turn 4, September 1950, which you will see then if the Chinese come rolling down. So we'll play it out. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go to the next turn, guys. All right, last turn we're going to play on video. I want you guys to be able to see the Chinese in action. So let's go to turn 4, September 1950. Let's see what happens. Random events. So now China's intervened, so we'll roll in the bottom table here. 9. 9 is Truman versus MacArthur. Roll 1 die. Odd result. UNC gains that number of logistics points. Even result. UNC loses that number. Oh boy. So hoping for odd. Odd number's better. Even. Wonderful. Loses that number of LP. So we are 4. We go to 0. Thanks a lot. MacArthur versus Truman. Wonderful. Okay, Communist Logistics segment. Oh, and here it is different. Because now the Chinese intervened, of course it's different. Nice. I like the changes though for sure. Makes the rules a little bit more to the rules, but it definitely like the differences between both, right? So after the Chinese intervention, take a 1d6, add 4, and then you check if Pyongyang is communist controlled, which it's not. Oop. And then you check to see it's Allied control, and then if Seoul is communist controlled, nope. It's definitely not. So they don't get any bonuses for that. Yeah. Okay. So it'll be 1d6 plus 4. So 3 plus 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn, back to Fanatic. Well, it doesn't matter anyway because remember it's gonna be general offensive, but whatever. That maxed out here. So for the turn here, still in the Chinese shock effect because it's the turn they intervene, and then the next turn, the strategy is already general offensive. So where we would roll, you wouldn't go to general offensive, and then we don't roll. They're all mechanically supply. We also remember we don't roll, or do we not roll that first turn for reinforcements? I think it's just the first turn, so I think we roll now. Hang on. Intervention. Instant day. Roll for communist reinforcements this game turn, but that was last game turn. So for this game turn, we still would. Wonderful. Okay. Communist reinforcement segment. So we're going to roll for that, which, oh no. Oh boy. A 2. Okay, wonderful. So 4 Chinese units. So what you do, very simple, just take 4 of these untried units, which I think get up to 5 or 6 strength. Yeah, wonderful. And you're going to roll for each one. And then there's numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5, Just stack right there. Yeah, wonderful. Why not? And they have unlimited stacking in Manchuria. 5. Oh, wonderful. That's a good base right there. That's what I want to see. And that area, by the way, completely unprotected. That's wonderful. 3 for last one. This is amazing. Okay. All right, and that was Comics Reinforcements. So now we do Comics Activation. Automatically, General Offensive again this turn. UNC Logistics. We check our Logistics. I think ours stay the same after. No, actually, I think it does go up as well. Because again, now the Chinese intervene. The UN is going to put more effort into it, right? So 1d6, add 6, and then add, if Busan is UN controlled, add 1. If Seoul is UNC controlled, add 1. And then 1/2 for each Korean port, except Busan, that is controlled, which would be 1, 2, we round up, actually, funny. So 1 point. That's it, I guess. We don't control a lot of ports because we need these ports up here. So 1 extra point. So 1, 2, 3 for ports and cities. So we're adding 3 to the 6. That's 9. So 1d6 plus 9. 9, 10, 11. We need those points because we were knocked down to 0, remember? Beautiful. Okay, and now we get our UNC reinforcements, which is a big stack this turn. Very nice. So we will have a naval gunfire unit, South Korean headquarters, a couple UN units, and then some more. Ooh, another B-29, baby. We need him for sure. So naval gunfire, put him in the reserve. That's not enough ground units, though. That is not enough ground units. We'll place all of them in Busan. Or should we put them... Yeah, we'll put them in... Actually, no, we'll put them in Incheon. That'd be better, I think. No, Busan it is, I know. Can't decide. That's where we're putting them. All right. And then B-29 and a couple more tactical units here. Beautiful. Okay. All right, that's it for the preparation phase, right? Now we go to the airstrike and naval power phase. All right, let's assign our airstrike and naval power phase. Let's assign all of our air units and everything. Let's do... Definitely have some battles in these ports, right? Yeah. For sure. Here, and then, well, I guess right there is the China, whatever. So we'll do close support from both navals because that'll be really good in the port. And then let's get our transports. Try to remember them this turn, guys. Let's remember them. And then let's do, we'll do the material airdrop supply just in case. Tactical air support for sure. He's strong at that. RB-29's interdiction. And let's do the rest of these air superiority thing. Try to knock down that AA. Yeah, let's do that. Just it for close support though. Is that it? Oh boy, I don't know. No, we're gonna need some up there too, didn't we? Oh no. Shoot. Let's take actually boom these. I know, randomize it, whatever. Let's try it, see what happens. Okay. Air superiority segment. So let's check for air superiority. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Thankfully, we still get to shoot first. So with our 4 strength, air warfare. Roll 4 is just S1. Bummer. That's down to 3. So they get to roll as 3 strength. A 2, no effect. Oh, if they'd rolled a 3, they would have got us. They didn't get us though. Okay. Air interdiction and naval interdiction, but we don't have any, so just air interdiction. All right, we have 3 units of B-29s, so 3, 3, 3. That's roll a 9, so we'll roll a 9 strength on the air warfare table. 4, 9, 4 is S3, so 1, 2, 3. Still high, and next turn it's gonna be back up to Fanatics, so kind of a waste, but it is what it is. Let's do, probably should knock down the AA first. Oh well, it happens. And then we'll save our air support and close air support and everything for the next phases here. So that's it for the airstrike and naval power phase. Let's go to the communist operational phase. Uh-oh. All right, commie first impulse. Here they go. General offensive still. They're attacking. They're going to move and attack. So let's check for A. Oh, what do you know? Antong here in China, Manchuria. They will go ahead and advance. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, what do you know? And now that they're with UN units, they get flipped over to reveal their strength side. Oh, we got lucky. Decoy unit here. So he goes back, flip him back over, and put him back with the other reinforcements. Shouldn't have seen that one. This is they all go back up here now. Oop, because they're intervention. No longer intervention. Pre-intervention. You know what I'm saying. So one there. B. Right here. This big whole stack. Oh, wonderful. What's their limit on movement, though? I think is it 3 units they can have? Check. Or stacking, excuse me. For stacking. And it's checked at the end of movement and combat. It just hasn't come into play because there hasn't been that many units. Well, I know mine's 4. UN stacking units is 3 ground units, excuse me. Oh, no. 3 mobile ground units. Oh, no. I had too many. I've been overdoing it. Oh, no. Shoot. Can't have this many. So we get to retreat them. It's terrible. 1 of 3 ground units. And then here, retreat the headquarters because I'd like to keep the headquarters out of danger. Okay, good. So just remember that, guys. Don't let me cheat with stacking. We only get 3. Communists may stack up to 3 mobile ground units any size in a space. Yep. So Manchuria doesn't count, but there's 4 here. So they'll go 1, 2, 3, but then 1 will go back up north. So 1 stays north. These other 3, and they'll get revealed. Holy shiitake mushrooms. Oh my God. 5 strength, 2, 1. Oh no. See here, this stack. 1, 2, 3. Again, that's 3 of them though, right? So 1 will have to remain back here. And then D right here, just 2. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. Oh man. Okay. That is it for the first impulse for movement. Now we do the attack segment, which there's going to be combat here and here. All right. So here at Chinmonpo, we have it's North Korean city. We do have an entrenchment though, so that gives the defense the tactical superiority. So we get to fire first. But before that, let's do support as well, of course. So let's do our naval units. We'll save our other close air support for other combats. But let's do the naval right now here. Should we do any air as well? No, let's just do the 2 naval. I have a good, because I think he only has the 1. I think he's a 1 strength unit. I think he does not have a reduced side. I think it's just the armies that have reduced sides. Yeah. Okay. So we will go ahead and fire. Naval gunfire, first one. Tactical fire with a 3. You got a 3. It's D1. It's over. He is eliminated. Oh my God. Trust me, that may seem like that's nothing. That's eliminated too, right? They go there too. Yep. All right. May seem lucky, and it was, but it's ain't over yet. All right. So now we have a combat over here. Let's go ahead and commit all 3 of our air support to try to. We will have tactical superiority, thank God, but I think we do, right? They don't gain it automatically. Oh no, they do. Communist forces have tactical superiority for all ground combat involving at least 1 red Chinese unit, attacking or defending, and that's for this turn as well. It's okay though for, remember the air support does go first, so and naval units, so that's okay. No cheating there. But here it's gonna be our airstrikes, naval, our close air support. Then their units will fire whoever's left, and then we will get to fire if we have anybody left. So, all right, so our aircraft first one with a 3. He rolled a 4. That is D1. So flip over the strongest unit. And so what you do, see, it's like, oh, it's eliminated. No, this is an army unit. So what you do is you take the, you find the 39 over here, which I know, very fun for you guys to get to see, but I'll show you the first one anyway for sure. Maybe. Wonderful. Maybe the last one literally the last one I checked. That's wonderful. Good YouTube video. So see, now this is a reduced unit, 39. So he becomes him, and then if he gets hit again, it's him, and then he's eliminated on a 3rd hit. So they're pretty powerful. So he is there, and this one we'll set aside for now. Okay. What am I thinking here? So that was 1, right? So now we have 2 more. 2 strength, a 6. What is that? Still only D1. Bummer. All right, so it does cause him as well. So he is 50. So since he's the strongest, he will get, boom, right there. And finally, the last one, strength of 2, rolled a 5. That is a D1. Oh, wonderful. And we'll just reduce him. Okay, so airstrikes were very effective, very, very effective, thank God. Now they will attack. So the 5 or the 3 here, he will roll first. Roll a 1, which is A1, which is no effect. The 2-1, he'll roll as a 2. You got a 5, which is D1, so I take a step loss. I'll go against the South Korean unit here. Sorry, buddy. And finally, the 1. You roll a 1, no effect. Perfect. So now my ground units get to fire. So the 5 will fire. He rolled a 5, which is D2. That's 2 damage, right? So it goes to the highest here. And then he takes the second one, which I believe eliminates him. Yep. My 4 will fire with a 6. That's D2. Damn. That's both of them. Boom, boom. Which, when you eliminate 2 Chinese armies, each Chinese army, I believe you reduce, yep, by 1 each. 1, 2. Kind of like with the North Korean divisions. So, 50 and 39. So, Chinaman Po is held onto against the communist hordes. Very nice. Or, sorry, well, it was too, but also Pyongyang. All right. Let's see. What's the next one? That's it. That's it for combats, right? So now it's the communist second impulse. So they move, which they're in full supply, automatically in supply. So they just go ahead and move again, which none here. In B, he will move down. And then C, they will move 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. And over here, it will move 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. Which then reveal. All right. So we'll have another combat here. So let's do a combat on line B here, right here. He's revealed. 2-1 unit. Should be able to take him out. No airstrikes left. There's no option for that anyway. We'll use the last 2 over here. So right here, there'll be none. It's just going to be straight to combat, which they have a tactical superiority, remember, on this turn. So their 2 gets to fire. He rolled a 4. 2 gets a 4. It's a D1. So you have to take a loss, which I will take it out of this South Korean division. Sorry, buddy. You're gone. Sorry, buddy. You're gone. Now I get to fire back. 1st Marine Division. 5 strength. Roll a 4. That's D2. He should only have 1 step. Yep, he is eliminated. And then combat over here. So let's go ahead and assign our close air support. Boom, boom. A 2 and a 2. Fire them off. 2 with a roll to 2 is no effect. And the other 2 with a 2 is no effect. Wonderful. So then they will fire at me. The 6. He rolled a 1. With the 6 with a 1 still causes a hit, which eliminates him. Yep. And the 5 rolls a 5, which is D2, which obviously eliminates him as well. So they captured Gangneung in South Korea and have a next turn have a direct shot to Busan here. So I think that's it, right? For the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they'd already moved twice. So that's it for Communist second impulse. And now we go to the UNC player operational phase. So my first impulse, right, movement attack. Let's do the movement on my naval transport units so I don't forget this time again. We'll grab, we're gonna need them anyway. Grab them. 2, 3. Move them to Busan. And before you say anything, guys, I know what you're saying to say. Stacking isn't gonna work here. I understand that. So what we'll do is, was it 3 units per? So we'll do, oh shoot, that's pretty tough too. Holy cow, we got a stream coming down here. We're in trouble, boys. We're gonna, look at this, fly right by and get Busan. We're gonna have to almost attack from the side maybe or something. But Okay, so what we'll do is we'll move these 3 here. Next turn, though, they won't have tactical superiority. That'll help us at least. And we'll land these 3 here. They can't move, but at least they are solid in Poussin here. Okay. All right, and then let's do... Let's move up from Tiananmen Po, move 1, 2. Let's try to take Senunji here in North Korea, see what we can do. Capture that. It's a port there, right? No, there's no port, but there's a city, which counts towards VP towards the end, so we definitely want that. There's no reason to go north of Pyongyang because there's no cities or ports or anything here, so we'll stay in Pyongyang and stay defensed up a little bit if possible. As for... oh, man. I know. I'm like, oh boy. Let's do 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you wouldn't be able to do it, would they? 1, 2, 3. They could go over there and attack them, but that doesn't look like a good idea. Try to cut them off at Shenyang, maybe? Yeah, I like that idea. Can we get there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So let's do this. Let's do division here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I guess 3, 4 here. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, only 3 groundings. I think I'm cheating again. And then we'll move both these back to, we'll move both them to Seoul. Yeah, let's try that. So moving up here, holding strong here. These units are shifting, reinforcing, trying to cut off these Chinese here. Busan's been reinforced against them. We may be able to hold out, and we'll just have one little combat up here. Okay, that's it. So yep, so that's it for our first impulse, first movement. We'll have a combat right here. They get to fire first. Rolled a 2 with a strength of 1, no effect. So we get to fire. We have our 4. He rolled a 4. That is D1, so this is eliminated. Beautiful. And we capture Senunji. And I think that's it. That's it for our movement. Second impulse, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to check. Just trying to make sure these Chinese don't sneak through the back door here and come down the East Coast and get us. So we got to stand strong over here. So that's it for our operational phase. So we'll go to our refit phase where we'll kind of set up, hopefully, our defense. All right. So for our the refit phase, here we go. An air naval return. So we'll get all of our naval units back. Everyone goes to the reserve. Transports. Get them back. Get them back. Everyone relax. Everyone relax. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I think we need to defend against, make sure the comments here don't have a nice big breakthrough while I'm fooling around, trying to go up the West Coast here. And meanwhile, they're over on the East Coast about to break down and capture Busan. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't need that in my life. So a couple more. See, we got a good amount of air units, though. I like that, at least. Okay, I think it's everyone back. Yep. So now the refit segments, we can spend our logistics points. We're definitely going to spend a bunch now. Let's do this. What we're going to do is we'll spend 1 to build an entrenchment here at Chang'an. We definitely want to, it doesn't matter. So that way we have, so in rough terrain, normally the communists would have tactical supporting, but with them, we will have it. And then let's spend 1, build a garrison up here in Senunji. So, because I think we can have a garrison. It's a city. Garrison there. And then also, we will do another logistics point to entrench up here. We're just going to try to hold tight up here. Have anywhere? Oh. Let's spend an LP. Spend 2 LP. Build our last 2. Oh, there you got one there. Well, whatever. That's kind of a waste. My bad. And then let's do, not a waste, but just, probably not necessary. Let's rebuild. So, cost 2. 1, 2. Oops. Let's rebuild this UNC, or excuse me, the South Korean division, because it's pretty strong. It does come in the reduced side, but it goes to any port. Can't put it in Busan. Shoot. We can put it at Kunsan or Incheon, maybe? Let's do Incheon here, and then we can refit it next turn. Wonder what else at 2, 2, 2. Yeah, let's spend 2 more and rebuild another South Korean division. Also send them in on Incheon. So get some more South Korean troops in here to help us out. And then, do we have any of our aircraft? Nothing like that. Oh, these guys are pretty weak. I'm not even worried about them right now. So I think that's it, because now, thinking ahead for next turn, they'll continue down here. They'll be attacking 1, 2, 3, and then the second turn attack Busan. They may stop here. They may not have enough LOC to make it. Regardless, we'll be ready. We can either meet them there or whatever we need to do. Looking pretty good. They shouldn't be attacked at all. They will be attacked for sure next turn, but we're going to have to send a lot of air support there. So this may take a couple turns to make it to Busan. We'll be ready for him. This will be next turn for sure. We already entrenched, and we'll have air support for them. Everyone else, I think, and then anything that spawns here, we'll attack them. Spawns here, we'll attack Pyongyang. They're entrenched. They have garrisons. They are as good as you can get. Thinking of long term, because this is, like I said, this is the last turn of the game here. So I guess we can finish the UNC refit, call that done. Communists refit. It's general offensive, so there's no refit for them. Victory check. Communists do not have a sudden death victory, so now we advance a turn. Next turn, I'm not going to film it. Sorry, guys. We're done now. But what we'd be doing is I want to hold here, hold here. I have no reason to go north, because our victory at the end is going to count for the cities we control. So eventually, we need to hold. We'll hold right here, hopefully, right? And for any reinforcements. And then on the east coast here of Korea, we need to move up. The sea line actually doesn't matter at all. We can literally hold right here. Doesn't matter as long as we hold. We can hold down here. Anyway, that's all that matters. But obviously Busan. But then up the D line, we're going to need to move up, because we need to capture Wonsan, Hongman, and Songjin. So we will have to move up in future turns. It's going to take more than one turn, because we got communists coming, and more is going to come into the up there. Remember, rolling reinforcements now, it's going to be up to 3 AA, 2 North Korean units, 2, 4, or even 6 Chinese units spawning and then moving. And you see how powerful they are. 5s and 6s, a lot of them. So, okay, that is your view of this game in action. Sorry, I'm not going to play out the whole thing, but it does take a little while to play. I will have a review coming. Spoiler alert, if you made it this far, I do really like the game. It's not perfect, and I'll talk about that, but I do really like it. Other than that, if you made it this far, always enjoy a subscription, please. If you're not subscribed, just click it. You don't have to watch all my videos, just the ones you enjoy. And thumbs up, and even more importantly, comment. Let me know what you think of the game and any other games I should check out. But until next time, everybody, later.